Yes. You mentioned from where we have to start. I will start from that unit.
Unit
Is
सर युनिट नंबर
unit number
5 झाला का?
5 झालं की 4, 5, 6 that is completed. Unit number 3. Okay.
सर
So
5चा
let me.
थोडासा 5 मिनिटाचा घेता कारण की मी लेट जॉईन झालो.
नाही कारण बाकीच्यांचं मला वेळ आहे 1 तास आणि 3 मला युनिट संपवायचे मग ते व्हायच नाही रे.
ओके सर मग ओके सर.
हा जर संपलं सर्व वेळेत आणि वेळ असेल तर मग शेवटी घेऊ.
हा ठीक
तर
आहे.
जे विच इज व्हेरी डिफिकल्ट.
फोटो पाठव फक्त जे फॉर्मली लिहिले असेल.
हा सो लेट मी स्टार्ट विथ द युनिट नंबर 3. Okay. So I'll go through different formulas. So unit number 3, 1 minute. Unit 3, okay. First is reduction formulas. So expected questions on the reduction formulas. Some reduction formula will be given. For example, I n equal to some integral will be given. Okay. And its reduction formula will be given. I n, we don't have to write, just understand. I n plus 2 equal to some value and say I n. Okay. This type of reduction formula will be given. And it will be asked to find I6. Right. It may be asked to find I4. This type of questions are expected. One part, we will solve few examples of this type. Second, we should know the 4 reduction formulas. Okay, let me write them one by one. Should I write the formulas or everyone remember it? Better, I think I'll write it. Sin raised to m theta, cos raised to n theta, d theta. Okay, that is equal to 2 parts are there. The answer may be 4 times, and then integral will be 0 to pi by 2. Sin raised to m theta, cos raised to n theta, d theta, or answer may be equal to 0. When answer is 4 times, hope you remember, whenever both m and n are even numbers. If one of them is odd, answer will be 0. Very important. All these formulas they are required in the unit number 6 also, so you remember them. 0 to pi, sin raised to m theta, cos raised to n theta, d theta. Okay. So here answer is 2 times. Integration from 0 to pi by 2, sin raised to m theta, cos raised to n theta, d theta, or answer may be 0. Here, remember, as in previous case, it was required that m and n should be even. Here it is sufficient that n is even. So answer does not depend upon m, right? So answer does not depend upon power of sign term, whether it is even or odd, doesn't matter. Okay. Then formula number 3. So by above 2 formulas, we converted the integral into 0 to pi by 2 form. Okay. Now we want to solve the 0 to pi by 2 integral. This is always equal to 0 to pi by 2 cos raised to n theta. So in other words, the formula for cos raised to n theta and sin raised to n theta from 0 to pi by 2 is same, and it is like this. Start from the denominator n, n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, and so on. Whenever power is odd number, the last ratio will be 1 by 2, and then you multiply it by pi by 2. So n even. And if it is odd, it is like this: n, n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3. We have to start in the same way, but last ratio is 2 by 3, then 1, n odd. Okay. Whereas formula number 4 is like this: integration from 0 to pi by 2, sin raised to m theta, cos raised to n theta, d theta. Okay. So here the formula is like this: subtract 1 from the m minus 1, then go on subtracting 2 from the previous number. So m minus 3, m minus 5, and so on until we get 1 or 2 into, this is numerator, into. Now same procedure for n. Subtract 1, then go on subtracting 2, n minus 3, n minus 5, and so on until we get 1 or 2 divided by m plus n. then subtract 2, m plus n minus 2, and so on until we get 1 or 2 into p. And what the p is not equal to 0, huh? P is equal to pi by 2 or 1. It is pi by 2 if both m and n are even. Else, if one of them is odd, p is equal to 1. Let me change the page. Let me go through one example of this type, where in case of reduction formulas, it is asked to find the some value y5, y6 like this, just to find it. Let me go through one example. So the reduction formula is like this. I'll go through this formula. Say reduction formula for, it is given like this: if in equal to integration from 0 to pi by 4 cos raised to 2nx dx, corresponding reduction formula is 1 upon n into 2 raised to n plus 1 plus 2n minus 1 divided by 2n I n minus 1. So there is a relation between I n and I n minus 1. Question is, find 0 to pi by 4 cos raised to 6x dx. Yes, that is what we want to find. Equal to I6. Yes, anyone? Is it I6? अरे आप बताओ, I6 रहेगा कि is it I6 or I12? Hope I am audible. मेरी आवाज पहुंच रही है ना आप तक? ध्रुव पटेल, I am audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Just I want to answer of this. What is to be obtained? I6 or I12? अरे उसको कंपेयर करो ना. You compare these two ना. 2n equal to 6. So what the n is? N equal to 3 na. So it is asked to find I3. Right. So I'll start with this formula.
Sir.
Okay. Say equation number 2 and this is equation number 1. Yes. Continue. So yes.
Limit 0 to pi by 2 पाहिजे ना.
नहीं का म्हणून?
So basic formula है ना.
But in that case, reduction formula is different. I'll write it after some time. After this example, I'll write that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So reduction formula is not like this in case of 0 to pi by 2. Okay. Let me continue. So I3. So I'll start with n equal to 3. Substitute n equal to 3 in 2. Okay. So it is like this. I3 equal to 1 upon 3 into 2 raised to 3 plus 1. So 2 raised to 4. What is 2 raised to? 2 raised to 4. Plus n equal to 3. So 6 minus 1, 5. 5 divided by 6, I 5. N is 2. N is 3, sorry. I2. Now we want to find I2. So substitute n equal to 2 in the equation number 2 once again. So 1 upon 2. Then 2 raised to 2 plus 1, 3. 2 raised to 3. Plus n equal to 2. So 4 minus 1, 3. 3 divided by 4, I1. Now we want to find I1. So again you substitute n equal to 1 in above formula. Okay. So 1 upon 2. N equal to 1. So 1 into 2 raised to n equal to 1. 1 plus 1, 2. Plus n equal to 1. So 2 minus 1, 1. 1 divided by 2, I naught. Okay. Then since we have 0 to pi by 4 cos raised to 2n x dx equal to in. Substitute n equal to 0. So I not equal to 0 to pi by 4 cos raised to 0. So 1. So integration is dx. Right? We know this. So we have pi by 4. Once this pi by 4 is obtained, that you can substitute in I naught. Okay, here. Then you will get I1. Substitute I1 in previous value. Substitute I2 in previous value, and then you will get I3. Hope this is clear. Then you remember this reduction formula, may be asked. Integration from 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to nx dx, or in equal to integration from 0 to pi by 2 cos raised to nx dx. For both of them, in equal to n minus 1 divided by n minus 1, n minus 2, sorry. Remember this reduction formula. You have to remember it. In equal to n minus 1 divided by n minus 2. Okay, this is all about the reduction formulas. Remember the 4 reduction formulas, and this type of example may be asked in the exam. Okay. Next we studied gamma function. Okay, so gamma function is like this. I have to change the page. Gamma n equal to, you remember these formulas, 0 to infinity e raised to minus x raised to n minus 1 dx, provided n is greater than 0. Okay. Then gamma function may be written like this also, gamma n divided by k raised to n, that is equal to 0 to infinity e raised to minus kx x raised to n minus 1 dx. These are the two forms of gamma function. Okay. Then we know what the gamma 1 is. Gamma 1 is equal to 1. Gamma 0 equal to infinity. Gamma half equal to root pi. Remember these 3 values of the gamma function. Then value of gamma function is like this. Gamma n equal to n minus 1 factorial, provided n is whole number. Okay, and it is n minus 1 gamma n minus 1, wherever n is fraction. No doubt n should be greater than 0. This condition is always there whenever we want to find a gamma function. Then we studied p formula. Gamma p, gamma 1 minus p equal to pi divided by sine of p pi. Right, and p is between 0 to 1. So expected questions are like this. It may be asked to solve this integral. Evaluate 0 to infinity x raised to 9 x raised to 7 e raised to minus 2x square dx. Yes, can anyone tell me what should be the substitution? See, you have to compare it with the definition of gamma function. See the definition of gamma function. Gamma n equal to 0 to infinity. The given integral is also from 0 to infinity. Then we have x raised to n minus 1, and here we have x raised to 7. So again, we don't have any problem. But see the power of exponential term. In the definition, we have e raised to minus x, whereas here we have e raised to minus 2x square. So we have to substitute t equal to 2x square. Okay, and then we have to solve the example. Then x will become t divided by 2 root t. That is root t divided by root 2. Okay, and then dx become 1 upon root 2 and 1 upon 2 root t dt. Limits will change. Check the limits. They will remain as it is. And then the integral will become no change in the limits. That you have to check here. Huh? T equal to 2x square. Na? So you check the limits. Limits of x are known, 0 to infinity. Find the limits of t and you will find that no change in limits is there. So integral will become 0 to infinity. X is equal to root t divided by root 2. So it is like this, root t divided by root 2 raised to 7. Okay. Then e raised to minus 2x square, that is e raised to minus t. Whereas dx equal to dt divided by 2 root 2 root t, and then we have to solve the integral. Okay, so I don't think it is difficult part. You will able to do it. you will be able to solve the integral. Okay, this is one type of example. Another type of example is like this. Let me change the page. Evaluate. Example may be like this. Evaluate integration from 0 to 1. Now it is not 0 to infinity. 0 to 1. X log x raised to some value, say alpha dx. It may be asked. Okay, so simple example. Log x is to be removed, and instead of log x we want t. Okay, so what will be the substitution? Yes, anyone? Log x equal to minus t. Therefore, x will be equal to, take antilog on both sides, so e raised to minus. So dx equal to minus of e raised to minus t dt. Okay, now we want to check the limits. This is the way to check the limits. From here, the t is equal to minus of log x. Limits of x are known to us, 0 and 1. Limits of t will be, substitute x equal to 0. Log of 0 is minus infinity. Minus infinity, and already minus sign is there. Minus plus infinity. Log of 1 is 0. Okay. And then dx is known. So the integral will become infinity to 0. X raised to alpha, but x is e raised to minus t. So e raised to minus t whole raised to alpha into log x. Log x is minus t. So minus t raised to alpha. And then dx is minus of e raised to minus t dt. And hope you will be able to solve the remaining part. Third, again, one more type of example is expected. It will be asked to evaluate this integral. Integration from 0 to infinity dx divided by 5 raised to 4x square. Okay, it may be, this is the exponential term, you might know this is the exponential term, but since it is in denominator, we will start like this. Let 5 raised to 4x square equal to, what is required? E raised to t is required. So that once it will come to numerator, it will become e raised to minus t, and that is required for the gamma function. Therefore, hope I am audible. ऐसा नहीं हो रहा है कि I am only speaking and you are not here.
Yes,
Am
sir.
audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Acha, okay. So let me take log on both sides. So it is like this. Taking log on both sides, 4x square log of 5. That is equal to t log of e. Okay. Therefore, x square equal to t divided by 4 log of 5. Okay, so x equal to root t root of log 5. Okay, then limits will change. So our aim is to get the value of t, so that t is equal to 4 log 5 into x square. Okay. Then it is like this. X, 0 and infinity. See what the t is. Substitute x equal to 0. So 0 only. Infinity, there is no change. And therefore, the integral will become no change in the limits 0 to infinity as it is. Okay. 1 upon this is e raised to minus t. Right. And what about the dx? Dx we forget to find it. Okay. Let me write the dx directly. So here we have x, ita x. Okay, so it will be dx. Dx will be 1 upon 2 root of log 5 constant. Derivative of root t, 1 upon 2 root t, and then we have to solve the integral. Hope you will be able to solve the remaining part of integral. Okay, not spending time on that. Here e raised to t, e raised to plus t, here it is. Let above that. Okay. Okay. Next. After that we have beta function. Two minutes only. So beta function is like this. Beta mn it equal to integration from 0 to 1 x raised to m minus 1 1 minus x raised to n minus 1. So we have two parameters here. Provided m and both should be greater than 0 and they should be positive values. They should have positive value. Okay. This is first way how we can write the beta function. Then we can write beta function in this form also. 0 to pi by 2 sin raised to p theta cos raised to q theta d theta. That is equal to half beta of, very important formula, p plus 1 by 2 q plus 1 by 2. Okay, then third form of the beta function is like this. Beta mn equal to integration from 0 to infinity x raised to m minus 1 1 plus x here, m plus n dx. Right, this is the three different ways in which we can write the beta function. Okay, then beta function is always commutative. That is, beta mn is always equal to beta nn. Beta function is commutative. Okay, whereas fifth, we studied what the value of beta function is. Beta mn equal to gamma n divided by gamma m plus n. Okay, then we studied the duplication formula, right? Gamma m plus half equal to root pi divided by 2 raised to 2m minus 1 gamma 2m. This is known as duplication formula. थोड़ा सा check करें. After long time I'm writing the duplication formula, so maybe small mistake maybe there, probably will be not, but you just cross check the last formula only. Okay, then we studied a few examples on the beta function and they were like this, right? It was asked to find value of this integral. Okay, write it here. Integration from 0 to 1 x raised to 5 1 minus x cube raised to 7 dx. Okay, so if we compare this function with the beta function, the first formula, x raised to m 1 minus x raised to n minus 1, you will notice one change in the given formula and this function. Okay, so x raised to 5 it was x raised to m minus 1, no any problem. But see, next term is 1 minus x in the beta function formula, but here we have 1 minus x cube. So what the substitution is? T equal to x cube. This is the substitution. Once we got the substitution, x equal to t raised to 1 by 3. Then you find dx from here. Find limits. No change. Okay, and therefore the integral will become 0 to 1 x raised to 5. X is t raised to 1 upon 3. So t raised to 5 by 3. 1 minus x cube. Right, so 1 minus t raised to 7 and then dx. Then simplify these terms and then you can convert it into beta function. So these are the expected questions on beta function. It may be asked to find this value. Remember the next formula. See, a to b, evaluate a to b, x minus a raised to m into b minus x raised to n dx. Kunal, what the substitution was?
x minus a upon b minus x is equals to t.
Very good. So you remember this, x minus a divided by b minus a equal to t. And then once you know the substitution, solving example is not difficult, but you can do it yourself. This is a to b. Okay. Then we solve few examples of this type. Say we want to find value of 1 upon root of cot theta. Yes, who remember this? We have done like this. This is root of 1 upon cot theta.
And
Huh. Tan theta. Again, tan theta is also not sufficient. Tan is sine raised to half. And then my reduction formula is like this. This is P. This is Q. Okay, so half beta of P, half plus 1, 3 by 2, so 3 by 4. Plus Q, minus half plus 1 plus half, so 1 by 4. This is the answer. Okay, this type of questions are expected on beta function. After the beta function, we studied dy's rule. Rule number 1, whenever alpha and beta they are constants. This is the integral. Phi of a equal to integration from alpha to beta f of x a x comma a dx. Okay, so differentiating on both sides with respect to a. That's it. And then you have to solve the example. Okay. Then rule number 2. Alpha and beta are functions of a. Okay, so here the rule is like this. d phi by dA equal to integration from, since phi is function of single variable, therefore ordinary derivative. Okay. Then alpha a to beta a. 1 minute. Okay. So alpha a to beta a. Then f is function of two variables x and a. Therefore partial derivative. Del by del a of plus replace x by upper limit beta. Replace it by lower limit. That's it. Clear? Understood? Okay, this is the rule number 1, 2. Then after that we studied error function. So error function is like this. Error function of x is 2 by root pi integration from 0 to x e raised minus u square du. Whereas complementary, C for complementary, error function is 2 by root pi integration from where to where? X So when these two are added, answer is 1. Right? That is, for that we studied these things. Minimum possible error is 0. Error function of 0 is 0. Maximum possible error is 100%, 1. Right? Probability is 0 and 1 are like that. Okay, then error function of x plus complementary error function of x, that is equal to 1, that we studied. Then we studied that error function is odd function. Means what? Error function of minus x is minus of error function of x. And then we solve few examples on the error function. The examples were of this type. It is asked to write answer in terms of error function. So a to b. Simple example, e raised minus x square dx. So we divided the integral into two parts. Then this is multiplied by 2 by root pi. 2 by root pi. I am changing the order of integration here. So minus sign. Both of them, they are the formulas of error function. We know the remaining part very well. This is what we are expecting. This is the answer. Okay, then how to find derivative of the error function? That also you have to remember. Okay, how we can use the division rule 2 to find the derivative of error function. That also you have to understand. Okay, next, this is all about the unit number 3. Can we go through the unit number 1 now? When your exam will start? Exam कधी आहे?
12.
12.
12 वाजता आहे का? 12 ते 1 आहे का? अच्छा, ठीक आहे.
Yes, sir.
So we have very less time. Let me go through the unit number 1. Unit number 1 is okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So in unit number 1, we studied exact differential equations. So consider first order, first degree differential equation of this form. Plus n dy equal to 0. What is necessary condition of exactness? Exactness, hope everyone remember. Del m by m dx, huh? But while taking derivative of m, we have to take derivative with respect to y. And same is true for the n. Del m by del y equal to del n by del x. If it is so, then the differential equation is exact. And if it is exact, the general solution is given by this formula. Whenever we are integrating, y will be constant plus terms in n free from x dy equal to constant. Okay, or sometime we are not able to use this formula, then we have to change the order. So it is like this, x and y, m and n are to be interchanged. N dx, x is constant, plus terms in m free from y. x equal to constant. Then remember one thing, when a differential equation is exact, what are the possibilities? It contains, differential equation contains mixed terms. इसका क्या मतलब है mixed terms का? It contain trigonometric term, it contain logarithmic term, it contain exponential term, it contain polynomial, it contain rational function. Rational function you understand ना? The function which is written as p by q is known as a rational function. So यदि कोई differential equation है कि जिसमें इसमें एक से ज्यादा functions, not all, every time it is not possible that the all terms are there, but maybe mixture of 3-4 different types will be there in the differential equation. If it is so, then the differential equation is maybe exact, then we have to check the exactness, and if it is exact, then you have to solve by exact differential method. Okay, now whenever differential equation is not exact, this is somewhat challenging and important part. Whenever differential equation is not exact, we have to find integrating factor. What is integrating factor? Integrating factor convert non-exact differential equation into exact differential equation. Right, so say I have this differential equation. What we know about this differential equation? Non-exact. Okay, it is not exact. And to reduce it into exact differential equation, we have to multiply this differential equation by a factor. And the factor is known as integrating factor. So integrating factor convert the non-exact differential equation into exact differential equation. Now what the rules are? First rule, right? Differential equation is homogeneous. Homogeneous, hope you understand. M and N, degree of M, N should be homogeneous, say degree is 5. N should be homogeneous, degree of N should be also 5. If it is so, then the differential equation is said to be homogeneous differential equation. So first we check whether it is exact or not. It is not exact. Second, we check whether M and N are homogeneous with the same degree. Yes, if it is so, then what the integrating factor is? 1 upon xm plus yn. Second, now every time it is not possible that every non-exact differential equation will be homogeneous. Very, very difficult. Okay, so it may possible that another possibility, the differential equation is in this form: y some function of x dx plus x, sorry, function of xy, then x some other function of x into y dy equal to 0. Right, now what is the meaning of function of xy? Degree of x and y in a term, in a particular term, is same. Same is true for this. If it is so, then integrating factor will be 1 upon xm minus yn. Okay, 1 upon xm plus yn is the integrating factor. Now it may possible that the rule number 1 and 2, both of them are not applicable. Then rule number 3, 4 is there. Del m by del y minus del n by del x. Last term is del n by del x, therefore divide by n, and what is required? It should be function of x. If it is so, integrating factor is e raised to integration of f of x dx. Right, now it may be that del n by del x minus del m by del y divided by m is a function of y. Then integrating factor is e raised to integration of f of y dy. Let me go through few examples of this type. So question is written, find integrating factor. If you want to solve the example with me, well and good. If you want to see the screen only, that is also okay. 1 minute only, let me have some water. Okay. So we have differential equation like this. Our aim is to find the integrating factor. So question may be find integrating factor for the differential equation. Okay. Differential equation is like this. Achha, sorry. Should be like this. Find integrating factor for okay, so m is, be careful, the term with dx that is m. Sometimes instead of giving dx as the first term, dy is given. So that will be n. The coefficient of dy will be n. So be careful about that. So m is, try to avoid the silly mistakes. You might know that yesterday during the Olympic there was a silly mistake. Manu Bhaker is known to be a shooter. Her pistol was not working, else she might be in the final round. Del m by del y. Okay, so 2y plus 1. Okay. Del n by del x, y. So are they equal? No. So what is conclusion? Non-exact differential equation. So we want to find the integrating factor. Now see the m. Is it homogeneous? No. Degree of the first term is 2, degree of the second term is 2, but degree of the third term is 1. So it is not homogeneous. So 1 upon xm plus yn cannot be an integrating factor. Second, is it in the form of function of xy? Is the degree of x and y same in every term? No, no, it is not so. See x square, see the first term. Degree of x is 2, degree of y is 0. So it cannot be a function of xy. Okay. So now we have to use the rule number 3 or 4, and hope you remember what for that. What we have to do? We have to find del m by del y minus del n by del x. Okay, that is 2y plus 1 minus y. So that will give y plus 1.
सर mx स्क्वायर प्लस y स्क्वायर प्लस x है या x स्क्वायर प्लस y स्क्वायर प्लस y है?
Oh, correct. Therefore we are facing small problem. Absolutely. Let me check it. X square plus y square. X square. X. It is x. So this is x. So this will be not there. This will be not there. This will be not there. So 2y minus y. That is y. Only single term. Now you go to the m. M contain 3 terms. So if you divide by m, it is not possible to cancel maximum number of terms. Go to the n. Single term here, single term here. So it is, it will be beneficial to divide by n. So divide by n. So divide by n. N is xy. So y will cancel. What will remain? 1 upon x. And by this rule, what we required? Function of x required. Yes, we have. Getting everyone? And therefore, again, this is not the integrating factor. So integrating factor is e raised to integration of f of x dx. Log and e will cancel. X is the integrating. Now we have to multiply the given differential equation by x. It will become exact differential equation, and then we know how to solve it. Okay. Second example. Suppose I have a differential equation like this. Xy square minus 3y dy plus 3, sorry, this is dx plus 3x square y minus 3x dy equal to 0. So first we write the m. M is equal to xy square minus 3y, and n is equal to 3x square y minus 3x. So find del m by del y. So 2xy minus 3, del n by del x, 6xy minus 3. Achha. So 6 here and 2 here. So their differential equation is not exact. Right, differential equation is not exact, and then we have to find integrating factor. So is it homogeneous? No. Degree of the first term, see, degree is 3 here, degree is 1 here, so it cannot be homogeneous. So you find this 1 upon sorry. If I take y common, see what is remaining, xy minus 3 dx plus, let me take x common, then 3xy minus 3 dy equal to 0. So see, degree of x and y is 1 1 here. So same, degree of x and y is 0 0 here. Okay, degree of x and y is 1 1 here. Degree of x and y is 0 0 here. Okay, therefore we can write like this: y function of xy dx plus x another function of xy dy equal to 0, and therefore rule number 2 is applicable. According to rule number 2, the integrating factor is like this. Integrating factor is 1 upon, integrating factor equal to 1 upon xm minus yn. That is 1 upon x, write the m is here, here it is, xy square minus 3y minus yn. Okay, so n is 3x square y minus 3x. Yes, do the simplification. So the first term is x square y square minus 3xy, then minus plus 3x square y square minus 3xy. So second and fourth term will get cancelled, whereas the first and third term, they will get added, and that will give minus 1 upon minus 2 x square y square. So we can consider this is equivalent to 1 upon x square plus y square. When we consider it as integrating factor, then it is equivalent. 1 upon x square plus y square is the integrating factor. Right? We can cancel the minus 2 sign here. Okay, this is about the integrating factor. Then after that, we studied linear differential equation. Give me only 2-3 minutes. Let me wind up all these things. So we studied linear differential equation. 6 types of differential equations are there. 2 are linear and the other 2 are non-linear. So let me write them. Linear in y. So it was like this: dy by dx plus py equal to q, where p and q are functions of x, and this is linear in y. Okay, so integrating factor is e raised to integration of p dx. Okay, and general solution is y integrating factor equal to integrating factor into q dx is constant. Okay, then second is linear 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 in x. How differential equation is linear in x? Like this: dx by dy plus px equal to q, where p and q are functions of y. Okay, then integrating factor is required. So the integrating factor that we obtain in the exact differential equation and this integrating factor, their role is same only. They will convert the non-exact differential equation into exact differential equation. Remember this. So this integrating factor is also same only. Only a different type is due to we are considering the linearity in x and linearity in y. There. So e raised to integration of p dy, huh? Now what the general solution is? General solution is x integrating factor equal to x into q dy plus constant. This thing. Third, Bernoulli's in y. So dy by dx plus py equal to q into additional term is there, y raised to n. Compare these two differential equation and you will find that this is the additional term where p and q are functions of x. So it is Bernoulli's in y and it is non-linear due to y raised to n. So first step will be to divide by y raised to n. Then we have 1
Sir?
upon
बर्नौलीज इक्वेशन वर एक एक्झाम्पल घ्या ना.
बहुतेक तेवढा वेळच नाही मिळणार आहे. म्हणजे कुठे डाऊट आहे ते सांग मला, म्हणजे मग त्याच्यावर मला कॉन्सन्ट्रेट करता येईल. वेर यू आर फेसिंग द डाऊट. प्रोसिजर सांगतो मग आता, कारण आता माझ्याकडे 2च मिनिट आहे. तुम्हाला एक 3-4 मिनिट तर आधी सोडावं लागेल.
हो सर चालेल.
हा, सो 1 upon y raised to n dy by dx plus p divided by y raised to n minus 1 q, right? Q is function of x only. So now it is linear. That is, right hand side is linear. And then we have to decide substitution from the middle term. So u equal to 1 upon y raised to n minus 1 is substitution. That is y raised to 1 minus n is the substitution. Then you differentiate with respect to x. So du by dx equal to y raised to differentiation. So 1 minus n y raised to n. Okay. Then dy by dx. And then I'll use these substitutions, all these substitutions here and here. Okay. And then the differential equation will be reduced into linear differential equation, and then we know how to solve it. Fourth, Bernoulli's in x. So it is like this: dx by dy plus px equal to q into x raised to n. It is non-linear due to x. P and q are the functions of y. Okay. So as in previous case, divide by x raised to n, decide substitution from middle term, and then solve it. Okay. Last part. So say again, next non-linear differential equation. A specific name is not there. Just I'll write non-linear. So it is of this type: f dash of y dy by dx plus f of y p equal to q. So where p and q, they are the functions of x. So it is non-linear due to this f of y and f dash of y. So what is substitution? U equal to f of y, differentiate with respect to x. So du by dx equal to f dash of y dy by dx. Then we have to substitute it here. It will become du by dx plus p into u equal to q. Now this is linear in u, and then we know how to solve it. Last type, another non-linear differential equation is like this: f dash of x dx by dy plus f of x into p equal to q, where p and q are the functions of y. Okay, it is non-linear due to f of x, so substitution is u equal to f of x. Differentiate with respect to y. How it is decided? See the denominator of derivative term, y is there. So differentiation with respect to y. Use substitutions here. So we have du by dy plus pu equal to q. Right? This is linear in u, and then solve by usual. Yes, I think we should stop here. Link will be shared with you. Please go through the test. Be careful. थोड़ा सा lengthy paper है. 5 questions. 5. Just 8 minutes. 5 questions are there on every unit. 5 into 6, 30 questions are there. You can solve 25 or more questions. If you solve all the questions, marks, maximum marks will be considered. Okay. आता doubt सांगा तुमचा. You can leave. Those who completed, they can leave. If you are doubt, you stay.
युनिट 5 चे फॉर्म्युला दाखव ना फक्त.
त्याच्याच युनिट नाही, ते मॅडमने हे केलं ना, ते माझ्याकडे नाही आहे.
हा म्हणजे सर रेकॉर्ड केलेले ना ते ओके सर
बाय सर.
Okay, bye bye. All the best. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.